Before the flood, the world was filled with violence. Before judgment came, corruption had reached its peak. The giants, the Nephilim, walked the earth. Born from angels and humans, too powerful, too violent, too corrupted to continue. So, the flood came. The waters rose. Civilizations vanished. The giants fell. Their bodies were destroyed. Their dominion ended. And yet, evil did not disappear. Ancient readers noticed something unsettling. If the Nephilim were gone, if the Watchers, the fallen angels, were bound, why did demons still exist? Why do the Gospels speak of unclean spirits? Why do they roam, deceive, torment, and possess? Tonight, we uncover the answer ancient Judaism believed to be true. A truth never clearly explained in Scripture. A truth preserved in forgotten writings. This is the story of what came after the Nephilim. The Bible tells us the Nephilim existed. It tells us the flood came, but it does not explain what happened to their spirits. And for ancient readers, this silence mattered. Angels are spirits, humans are flesh, but the Nephilim were something else entirely. They were hybrids, part heavenly, part earthly. Ancient tradition believed creation followed strict boundaries. Heaven had its place, earth had its place. The Nephilim violated both. And ancient writers believed that hybrid beings break the natural order. So they asked a forbidden question. What happens when a being dies that was never meant to exist at all? One ancient text answers without hesitation, the Book of Enoch. Not included in the biblical canon, but widely read during the Second Temple period, even in the time of Jesus. Enoch makes a shocking claim. When the Nephilim died, their spirits were released, not upward, not downward, but outward. They were rejected by heaven, cast out from earth, denied rest. Enoch describes them as wandering spirits, angry, restless, and destructive. The spirits of the giants shall afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, and do battle upon the earth. These spirits were not fallen angels. They were something new, something broken. Ancient writers believed these spirits became demons. This belief solved a mystery. Why demons exist after the flood, why they appear in the Gospels centuries later. According to ancient tradition, fallen angels were imprisoned, giants were destroyed, but their spirits had nowhere to go. They could not return to heaven. They were not judged yet. They could not fully enter the abyss. So they remained, trapped between realms. This is why ancient writers called them unclean spirits. They were not part of God's original design. They were the aftershock of rebellion. Ancient belief explains something deeply unsettling. Why demons crave possession. Why they beg Jesus not to cast them out, but to send them into animals. Because demons are disembodied spirits. They once had bodies. They remember physical existence, touch, hunger, movement, power. Now they have none. Possession in ancient belief is not domination, it is imitation, an attempt to feel alive again. This is why demons envy humans more than they hate them. Humans still have what demons lost: a body, choice, time. This envy, ancient writers believed, fuels temptation, not always to destroy humanity, but to corrupt it. Ancient texts do not portray demons as kings. They are not rulers of hell. They are addicts, addicted to sensation, addicted to influence, addicted to control, restless, frustrated, desperate. They do not plan eternity. They react to loss. This is why demons lie, why they manipulate, why they whisper. Not because they rule the world, but because they are unfinished remnants of a destroyed age. Another ancient text adds a disturbing detail: the Book of Jubilees. It claims that after the flood, God intended to remove all unclean spirits. But a request was made. A leader among the spirits pleaded, "If all are destroyed, humanity will forget evil and forget righteousness." So a decision was made. Only a limited number were allowed to remain, not to rule, not to multiply, but to test. Ancient writers believed free will only exists when temptation exists. Darkness was permitted, but restrained, measured, temporary. This is why ancient Judaism never believed evil was equal to God. Evil existed under authority. This worldview explains something chilling in the Gospels. Demons recognize Jesus instantly. They cry out, "Have you come to torment us before the time?" They know something. They remember the flood. They remember the imprisonment of the Watchers, and they know their judgment is coming next. Demons do not fear debate. They fear authority. This is why Jesus does not argue. He commands, and they obey. Notice something remarkable. Jesus casts out demons, but he never casts out fallen angels. Why? Because according to ancient belief, the Watchers were already imprisoned, bound in darkness, awaiting final judgment. Demons, however, were still loose. They were the consequences, not the origin. Jesus confronts the symptoms because the source is already restrained. Ancient writers believed humanity lived between realms, not abandoned, not unobserved, but contested. This does not mean fear, it means awareness. Evil exists, but it is not eternal. Demons are not the future, they are the aftermath, the echo of a rebellion already judged. The Nephilim are gone, the Watchers are bound. The spirits remain for now. But ancient belief ends with certainty. Evil began at a moment in time, and what begins can end. Demons are not eternal beings. They are remnants of a broken age. And this is why the story continues, because next we descend into the underworld itself, where souls waited, where silence ruled, and where Christ would one day enter.